Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by this word. And the name of the lesson is called To Be Spiritually Complete and Virtue, You Must Absolutely Love Your Enemies. Let me say it again, man. To be spiritually complete and virtue, you must absolutely love your enemies, man. And what we're going to speak about in tonight's word is love. That's right. As you already know, in the world that we live in, love is like the last thing people are demonstrating. It's so much evil. It's so much darkness. It's so much animosity. It's so much hatred that's going on in the world, man. It's the only cure is love, man. Yahushua spoke about two of the greatest commandments, man, and they both was centered around love. And I think that in this word, you're going to truly understand what love is. All right. And in order for you to be spiritually complete and virtue, you must absolutely love your enemies, man. I know hearing that is sounds crazy, but this is not my word. This is not my saying. Okay. Loving your enemies is something Yahushua say we are to do. Okay. And you got people that say, well, what enemy? Whoever is your enemy, for that matter, whoever is someone that you look at as an adversary, as a foe, as an opposition, that's your enemy. Whether it's your family, whether it's your friend, whoever it is that have on a different uniform than you do, that's your enemy. But love is something in this word you're going to really, you sincere brothers and sisters are going to be edified by really understanding what love is and what love is not. We're going to come to you in Matthew 5, verses 43 and 44. And it says, words of Yahushua, ye have heard that it hath been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. Okay, that's a very common thing. Even in life, in natural life and in spiritual life, that's a very common thing, man. Hate thy neighbor and love thy neighbor, Salakia, love thy neighbor. It's been said, ye have heard that it have been said. So this is a common thing. Thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. Now, when most people hear that, it's straightforward, right? You are to love thy neighbor, especially if you're an Israelite. Your fellow Israelite is your neighbor, and you can extend it out to your neighbor that lives next door to you if you want to, but particularly your neighbor being an Israelite will be a fellow Israelite. You see, it says, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. Okay, that sounds straightforward, right? But then look how Yahushua spent it in verse 44. He said, but I say to you, forget what you have heard, but I say to you, unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. That's cold-blooded, man. That's what Yahushua said. Forget what you heard, act like you know. The first thing he said in Matthew 5 and 44, he said, but I say unto you, Love your enemies. Love your foes. Love your adversaries. Love those that's opposite of you. Okay? If they don't have the same uniform you got on, it's an opposite uniform. It's just like the Lakers versus Golden State. Okay? If you got on a Lakers uniform playing in a game, the Golden State Warriors would be symbolic to your enemy. And even though y'all opposite each other and y'all going to war against each other, according to Yahushua, you are to love him, show endearment, be fond of, do benevolence, be affectionate, okay? To your enemies, man. Yeah. It says, bless them that curse you. So be blessful to them that cause doom and imprecate evil upon you. You are to bless them. You see, everything is opposite. The Lord is telling you to do opposite of what you've been taught to do. Okay? Since when have you heard someone tell you to love your enemy? You've been taught and indoctrinated to hate your enemy. The Lord like, no. Love your enemies, man. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. Do good to them that have extreme animosity with you. It says, and pray for them which despitefully use you. Those that are that demonstrate an abusive behavior towards you. Okay? Those that slander you, those that falsely accuse you, it says, pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you, those that harass you, those that mistreat you, those that trouble you. The scripture says, man, you pray for them. But the ultimate thing is love, man. So what Yahushua was really saying is to be, in order for you to be spiritually complete and virtue, you must absolutely love your enemies, man. Huh? Now we're going to prove it. In Matthew 5, verse 48, it says, be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect, man. So that's what it boils down to. Loving your enemies lets you be spiritually complete in virtue. In other words, when you love your enemies, man, it allows you to have spiritual integrity and virtue, completeness. You have a moral character filled with the spirit of Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua. Yeah, be perfect, man. So in order for you to be spiritually perfect, bro, you have to love your enemies, man. That's cold-blooded. But see, a lot of people will say, no, man, I'm not connecting with that. I'm not understanding that. Understand it from this perspective. Don't focus on enemy. Love, what you see on the screen, is what this is all about. The spirit of love. When the spirit of love is being bestowed upon you and in you, right? Then you got to go all the way with it. You can't half step, okay? So when it comes to love, obviously, you naturally love your family and friends, okay? That's nothing new. That's nothing, out of the ordinary. That's straight up and down. But it don't just stop there. The love don't stop there just with family and friends. Because when the spirit of love is bestowed upon you, your love don't just stop there with family and friends. You have to share the wealth with that love. And you extend that love to your enemies also. Why? Because when it comes to love, there's no cap on showing love and giving love. It's unlimited. You see? It's unlimited, man. So the same way, if you can love your family and friends, you should be able to love your enemies as well. See? Your love is not official unless you can love your enemies the same way you love your family and friends, man. Because it's all about love. And you got to have the spirit of love bestowed upon you to have that. You see? To be spiritually complete in virtue, you must absolutely love your enemies, man. That's exactly what Yahweh Shah was trying to convey to the people, man. Cold-blooded, man. Yeah. Think about it. In verse 45, Matthew chapter 5, that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven, for he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and unjust. So you see that? So just like the rain rise, just like he maketh the sun rise on the evil and on the good, your love is not only for the good, it's for the bad as well. It says on the evil and the good, and send it rain on the just and unjust. See that? Verse 47. For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the publicans the same? Verse 47. And if you salute, if you greet your brethren only, what do ye more than others? Do not even the publicans, aka tax collectors, do that? Verse 48, be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. You see that? So if you're gonna love your neighbor, you're supposed to be able to love your enemy too. You see that? It all goes together, man. That ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. So in order for you to be a child of your Father which is in heaven, you have to be spiritually complete in virtue. And what's going to get you there? Loving your enemies, man. Yeah. Cold-blooded, man. Cold-blooded. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters, man, is edified by this word, and we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out, man. Shalom.